Hey everybody, thanks for watching Nibbles and Flicks. I'm your host, Jeff Reed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the movie Novo, Caine. Let's get into it. When the girl of his dream is kidnapped, Nate turns his inability to feel pain into an unexpected strength in his fight to bring her back. The movie stars Jack Quaid as Nate, Amber Midther as Sherry, Ray Nicholson as Simon, and finally Jacob Batalon as Roscoe. So yeah, if you've ever watched one of these before, I actually kind of break down the film into 3 segments: the good, the bad, and my final verdict. So we're gonna start with the good, and let's get into it. So let's start with the good. The good thing I like about this film that actually explained Nate's inabilities to feel pain. I felt like that was a great idea to do up front, just to explain the actual length that he goes through. Like, for one, he can't really eat solid foods, because if he chews on solid foods, he might be biting his tongue to a point where he's a bloody mess. So he doesn't even eat solid foods, which I thought was funny. Actually, just seeing in a movie in the beginning of the film, you actually see him marking where to put the hot water so he doesn't get burned by the hot water. I thought that was kind of funny how they actually show that, and I kind of like how they use like little quirky moments like that to show him that his inability of not feeling pain and what he has to do to kind of protect himself in order to not hurt himself. So I thought that was kind of cool. One of the things I really like about this film is how Jack Quaid has actually grown as much as an actor. He's just getting better and better. It doesn't matter what kind of movie he's in. It seems like he's just getting better with all the reps that he's getting. He was great in the first movie I saw this year, in Companion, where he's still playing that lovable loser, but he also showed like he can play that jackass too in this film as well. And I like that he was able to portray this character, who is basically the same character, but show different elements of that type of character, basically showing his range. And when in this film, he does a great job doing that too, showing this person still a little bit loser, but showing that this person has actual more depth within them. And I like how they showed that with, like I said earlier, with the pain, how he had basically had to mark himself, check himself, make sure he doesn't hurt himself, but also showed that he's just someone who's afraid that he might be alone for the rest of his life. And actually, when he does find someone who he feels like he can be with and accept him for who he is, he actually will do anything for his person, and to the point where you can actually see he gets in some trouble when it comes to her getting kidnapped, and he would do whatever lengths that he can to get her back. And I like that. Just showing how well Jack Quaid is getting as a performer and getting better and better as a performer. I just enjoy watching him every time I see him on the screen, no matter if it's a TV show or movie. I just like seeing him actually grow as an actor, and he's getting a lot better. Amber Midther, where does he play in Prey? She's in this film, is playing Sherry, as basically the love interest of Nate, who is played by Jack Quaid. And I have to say, she's another actress I'm just enjoying watching them grow as a performer. And I think she's just getting to the point where I like to see her in more roles, and more expanded roles. Now she played in an action film in Prey. Now we're seeing there's a kind of rom-com comedy action film in this one. She's getting better and better as well as an actress, and I just like to see more of her. And I love the dynamics between her and Nate in the beginning of the film. I just felt like it made their relationship to the point where you actually want to see Nate do and go out and save her, and just the chemistry alone felt believable. It felt like, you can actually see these two characters together, and that's what I like about the film, is basically the charm between these two characters. And it's just something that makes the film more enjoyable to watch. Once she becomes kidnapped, you want to see Nate go after the bad guys to go get her, because you just love how the chemistry between these two characters were. And I actually like that about just the action pieces. It's something that they could have messed up, and what I was very worried about this film, knowing that Nate doesn't feel any pain. I figured they were going there and just absolutely just wreck him beginning the film and have nothing else to show left towards that, like the rest of the film. They surprisingly did not do that. It was basically like a slow burn of all his injuries, and it came to a point where they used his injuries as comedic points of the film. They were very funny. Very subjective too. I'm going to say everybody's going to think it's funny, but I can actually say that they made it believable. This guy can't fight. Only chance he really has in these fights is because he doesn't feel pain, and he's using the adrenaline of trying to save his girlfriend. That's basically it, and that's what I like about the film. It kept that aspect of, can he get his girlfriend? He's going to get beat up really bad. He's going to go through all this stuff. Can he survive? And I like how they did like a slow burn of that, not trying to start off with him with horrible injuries and you thinking like how this dude is gonna basically survive, because they tell you straight up he can still die. So just because you can't feel it doesn't mean you can't die. So I actually like how they did like a slow burn throughout the film with each action piece, each injury, to where it build up more and more and more to where you're like, oh my gosh, how is he going to save this girl once he gets to the end of the film? Be like, man, this dude's jacked up, but how can he do this? And I like that they did that. They kept it calm. They kept it good. I gotta say, there is some little body horror in this film. So if you don't like gruesome stuff, you don't like seeing people getting, some things that are kind of squeamish a little bit. I can see some people screaming a little bit in a movie theater. They use it for comedy, but you still see it going on. So I can see some people like, that doesn't feel good. But I thought it was funny because I thought that was part of the comedy relief of the film, and it actually made it more enjoyable for me watching it as a viewer. And I think if you like that kind of humor, you think that's kind of dark kind of humor where you see body gruesome injuries, stuff like that, I think you might like this film as well. So that's one thing I did like about it. They kept it calm and they knew where to really ramp it up towards the end of the film. Hey guys, Future Jeff here. I forgot to say something about one of the great positives about this film, and I can't believe I forgot this because this is a major sticking point of the film. There is actually a twist in this film that is involving the bank robbers, and I thought that was an awesome way that they did it. You really didn't see it coming at all, and I kind of like that, and that's what I said about this film, where it kind of kept you on your toes and not knowing what's going on, what's going to happen. This twist is very important in this film because it kind of makes things more interesting when it comes to the whole kidnapping and everything like that. So let's go back to past Jeff and continue to review. Bye. Another thing I like about this film is the other secondary characters. I thought Ray Nicholson as one of the bank robbers was good. It seemed like he always playing the same type of roles his dad plays. It was Jack Nicholson, if you don't know. Those crazy psycho guys, just full energy, full of unpredictability, don't know what he's going to do, just straight up crazy. I hope he gets more opportunities to play more expansive characters and roles, but he was very good here. Also, I like Jacob Batalon as Rascal, who's basically Nate's friend, his internet friend. They basically play video games with each other, and he's playing again the guy in the chair. That's what he's good at. He did in Spider-Man. Why not have him play that role again? But I enjoy when he was on screen too, and this felt like all the secondary characters in this film just made the plot in the movie much funner and more enjoyable to watch because they pushed the story along well. They also brought some comedic aspects as well, and it actually helped making the situation more interesting when it comes to this film. So definitely was happy to see like the other characters kind of step up as well and do a great job. Now the bad. Now there's not a lot. I actually enjoyed this film a lot, so I really don't have a lot of bad. But what I can say is some of the comedy. I could say some of the comedy is subjective. I could say some of the jokes may hit. Some of the jokes may not hit as well. Some of the injuries, some of the things that are happening, actually showing you what's happening to Nate throughout the film, and it's kind of like body horror gruesome. I can see some people not liking, not feeling comfortable watching those part of the films. I don't see it as a negative. I thought those parts were funny and hilarious, and actually pushed the story along and explain the pain that he does not feel nothing at all, and there was a purpose of it, and they used comedy off of that. And I think that was good. However, I can see people just, screaming away and covering their eyes. Actually, the person who sat next to me was just like shaking and stuff and covering her face like, oh no. So, maybe that would be fun to watch a movie with people like that too. And I gotta say, even though I say that this is like a negative, I think the enjoyment of watching this film in an audience with other people while all this stuff is going on, that actually is a positive of this film. However, if you feel squeamish about certain things when it comes to gruesome and body horror, you may not like this film that much. Or you might like it and think it's funny and you just feel uncomfortable at the time. It's not really negative, is it? One thing I can say might be a negative, the movie felt a little bit long. Not too long, maybe like 10 minutes too long. It's really like, they kind of wrapped it up the movie, and then they were like, oh no, well, we got more stuff to do, so we gotta, flush this out, 10 extra minutes, whatever. not really bad. I mean, it's just like they just want to make sure everything that they introduce in the film, every story, basically have a finishing, and that's fine. I mean, it might be feel 10 minutes longer, but I mean, like at this point, we're nitpicking what's going on, like what we don't like about this film. That's fine with me. So overall, how far about this film? It's good. I mean, this movie has a lot going well for itself. You know, Jack Quaid was phenomenal. I love Amber Midthunder. I love their chemistry together as the two characters. I love all the things they were doing when it came to the comedy, the action, the gruesomeness of his injuries, using the comedy for those things. The secondary characters were fun. The story made sense. It's not too hard of a film to follow. It's very easy to follow and fun to follow, and you just sit there and enjoy watching the film, enjoy watching these performances, and just have a bunch of laughs and eating some good snacks if you can. Like I said, maybe it's not a movie that you want to bring snacks in a film, because there's some stuff in here that might make you want to. So you know, you may want to keep the snacks to a minimum here, or just wait and hold off until the movie's over, then eat your snacks, because there's some parts of this film where it gets kind of nasty if you have that squeamish little stomach. So, but other than that, I thought the film was absolutely a joy to watch. I definitely want to see it again. I highly recommend this film if you're looking for a good comedy film. And I say this, the comedy so far has been very well so far. We already had this film that came out, and Novo, Caine. We also had One of Those Days that also came out earlier. Film, two good films in movie theaters. I hope this one does well and makes money. If you're looking for a good laugh, when it comes to going to the movies, I recommend this one. And if one of the days is still in the theaters near where you are at, I'll recommend watching that film too. That's also another good film to go watch and have some good laughs with. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you watch this film too. What did you think about this film? Did you like the film? Did you not like the film? How do you feel about the gruesome injuries? Like, did you feel squeamish? Did you want to like just walk out and just like get away from it because it was just getting somewhat too gruesome sometimes? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next video. Take care. Goodbye.